of my views on which of the career path you can choose. And also I have moreover shared the career opportunities which are not that much popular. Mukesh, you are drawing something? Yeah. So let's start. So in the entire session, I'll be covering, first of all, what is auditing and accounting. I understand all of you have some of the ideas with you relating to what is the meaning of auditing and what is the meaning of accounting. So we will start from there, and then we will go to the additional courses that you can pursue so that your career will get a start, a good boost. And then we will be covering what all career opportunities are there for in the accounting stream, and what all career opportunities are there in auditing. And then we can go for Q&A session separately. I would love if you will ask more of questions in between of the session. So try unmuting and tell me what is your understanding about auditing and accounting. Like anything, what comes to your mind when you hear the word auditing or accounting? Can someone take lead? Otherwise, I will have to take names now. Chalo, I'll take names. Okay. Mansi. Mansi Maheshwari. Mukesh, you can start. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, good morning. So I would like to start with you because you have started the webinar with so much enthusiasm. I would love to hear from you. What do you think auditing or accounting is? Like in your own words, no need of definition. We are not here for definition.
Yes, ma'am. So auditing is rechecking or reconciliation of stock. Like I'm talking in aspect of a firm. And when it comes to accounting, accounting is keeping a record.
Okay. Somewhat right, somewhat wrong. But yes, we can take the point for auditing as checking and accounting as maintaining the records. Right. Anyone else would like to share something? Okay, so I take it as a no. So let's go ahead. As Mansi has rightly pointed out, auditing is checking. Just the thing is, it is not just of the stock. It is generally stock is one of the part. I can say it is one of the area that can be checked. There is like, and accounting is definitely maintaining of the records. So firstly, I'll explain what auditing is as per me. See, auditing is when all the records are maintained. See, when the records are maintained, and we go and check whether it is maintained as per the generally accepted standards, and as per all the rules and compliances that are there by the regulator or by the regulating authority, not necessarily a specific regulator. So that would be the auditing. Accounting would be, first of all, there should be accounting, right? Then only that thing can be audited by another person. first there should be a base, then only it can be checked whether it is right or not. So accounting is process of maintaining the financial records for both internal purpose and also for external use, and for all the compliances and regulatory. So few of the okay, now first let me tell you one more thing. See, when you think of auditing, if you give a bit of thought on it, you can understand that the accounting and auditing, both things you do on your daily basis. Okay, for example, you go to a like you have like 1,000 rupees. Okay, you go to the market for buying something, right? You go there, you buy, you calculate the amount, and then you pay the vendor, and you take the balance amount and you come home, right? And you tell this to your mom. So consider your mom as the accounting software. Okay, so you putting all the entries, you telling everything to mom is just like you putting all the entries into the accounting software. That is, you're maintaining the records, right? And auditing would be mom checking whether all the things are there or not. She will ask you, okay, you brought this for how much? No, the standard rates are this, you have been cheated, you brought it on a higher price, or something similar to that. So that would be the auditing. So this would be like the easiest way to explain what auditing and accounting is. Next, I will just say few of the courses. These are not compulsory courses. Just it will help you to like boost your career or get a good start. Not that you won't get a good start with the normal courses you do. It will just help you in specialization. So first is in case of auditing and accounting both. If you are a chartered accountant, then you will get a good base and a good start in like in manner of the uh, like knowledge wise also you will be have better understanding. And secondly also you can get a good started package you can get. Second is globally accepted courses. There are few courses for like normally a chartered accountant is only hired as a auditor. I'm talking about the auditing aspect. So normally chartered accountants are only taken, but there are few other courses that is being offered by ISACA, IIA, and ACCA. So you can opt for these courses, and you can do a specialized, what you can say, specialized degree or course, so that you can be an auditor even if you are not a chartered accountant. So I'll just share you the websites of this. See, this is ISACA. I don't know if you all know about this institute, this association. They provide one of the most famous course, that is CISA. You might have heard of CISA. So basically, it is more of the system audit perspective in these courses. The second one is Institute of Internal Auditors. So they also provide certain courses you can see here. So you can pursue this if you are interested in this. And the third would be ACCA. So the ACCA course can be opted if you are moreover interested in the accounting part. Okay, so back to our presentation. And last but not the least, you all should try to learn more of the computer applications. You all might be very good, like at least I think you all might be good in making all presentations and everything. I will consider it as better than me. So you should know how to prepare a basic presentation. Secondly, you should be very good in copy popularly used computer application like Excel or Word. These things you should be like you should try to learn more of these things so that it will benefit you when and it will also give you a upper hand. I can give this as per my experience. Like when I joined in my articleship period, when I joined a second organization, I had very good experience, and my I had an upper hand in Excel. So Excel is quite famous, and it is used all over India for many of the calculations and workings. So I had a good hand on this, due to which when I went to a new organization, like I was the go-to person for all of this Excel related queries, Excel related workings and everything. So how did that benefit me? I had an upper hand on that. So I used to know the working or the status of all the audits or all the workings that is going on in that organization, because everyone used to come to me for some or other thing. Then I used to talk to them, what is this working related to, what is that you want to achieve. So in that way you will always have an upper hand, and you will have more of learning if you try to like sharpen all your computer application skills. If you're going for accounting, you should try to learn Tally. Tally is the base minimum thing that everyone expects. So Tally you can learn. And secondly, you can try and learn whenever you join an organization. It is not necessary in current situation that they use Tally. They might be using some other software, the ERP software. So you should take out time, and I believe at least Sunday will be a holiday for everyone. So you can take out some time and try to learn few of the applications so that it will benefit you. And when you join an organization, let's assume that you all like pass out with flying colors and you all got placed somewhere. And let's think about an accounting job. You got placed there, and you are not trying to learn the software. So it won't benefit you and organization as well. If you and if we think in other perspective, like you joined that organization and you saw there is some other application which you don't know, you're not aware of, you should take some initiative to learn those applications, and then you should go to the expert in that organization to learn that, and put some extra time and efforts so that it will benefit you in long run. And this is from my personal experience that I'm saying. So the last point was, it is not a course specifically, it is continuous process of learning, I would say. So next part is sorry, career in accounting. So I'll try and explain each of the like careers that I have pointed out here. And if you people have any doubt in relation to this specific area, you can definitely unmute and ask me. And I will like be more than happy to explain in more detail. First is, whenever you think of accounting as a career, the first thing that comes is the book entries and everything. So that is the one basic part. Like when you go to a smaller organization, they will ask you to do everything. Like they will be having just two people for all of these areas. Okay, and the volume won't be that much, so you can learn how to do all of the areas. But if you go ahead with a bigger organization, they all have specialization, like a team for a specific work of 3 to 4 people for a specific work. That's how bigger organizations work. So the first one that I would like to like explain is account payable and receivable as a profile. See, this is applicable to both the manufacturing field of organization and also to service industry. If you go for service industry in this profile, it will be really interesting. The account payable and receivable part. So in this, you will be handling all the accounting part, the billing part, starting from the pro forma invoice part, like taking all the orders and everything from there till last when the payment is received or payment is given. So both of this is the very learning in learning perspective. You can go for this account payable and receivable as your accounting job. Second would be payroll accountant. Payroll accountant, see, payroll is the cream of the organization, and we all know everyone works for money, right? So one is job satisfaction, second would be money. So the payroll accountants, they will be first of all making all the accounting for the employees in the organization, like which all field have how many people and what is the need of like how many people are needed and how many people they have. They will do that calculation, and also they will be into the pay scale and everything. Like they will have to understand what pay should be given to a certain level of expertise, and they will try to match with the general market standards. It would be like that. The next would be accounting information system. So if you take this as a career thing, then you should also learn more of information, more about IT, information systems also. You should have knowledge about IT too. Then, and it is like you have knowledge about accounting and you have knowledge about IT. So both put in together, it is accounting information system. Like you can give your inputs to the IT team to say how what do you need in that software. Particular software is there. So what do you need in that software? How should it perform? How should it react? All these things you can do in this profile. The next is inventory and production accounting. Inventory is, as Mansi said, it is stock. So whenever you go into like a manufacturing industry, I'll take example of manufacturing industry. So there is one stock audit that happens at year end, and sometimes quarterly or half yearly as per the size of the organization. So inventory accounting is like you do the account in bigger organization. There will be thousands and lakhs of production of a particular product. Okay. So what the inventory and production accounting people will do, they will keep a track of how much it is produced and how much was sale. So the balance amount, it should be in the stock. Then they will go for a stock taking. They will count like not exactly count all the products. If you have anytime visited a factory, you will know it is kept in a very arranged manner. So the like for example, one box would have 100 units of for example, let's take as rings are there. So ring is the product, and in the organization of ring production, if inventory taking is done, it is considered as in one box there is 100 rings. So the calculation is like they do multiplication, like one box there are 10 box, so 10 into 100, 1000 rings, like that they do. And also on test basis they check each of the boxes, like not all boxes, each from one of the unit, like one production batch is there. From that one box they will they will take on a sample basis, and they will check so that the inventory accounting is done properly, and they're assured that whatever is the produce and whatever is the sale, after that the balance amount, the balance number of units are present here. That is what they do. In if you take budget analyst, becoming a budget analyst as a career, then being a budget analyst, you will have to like first of all decide, compare the budgets. Every organization will have some limit. Budget means basically the limit. So every organization will have some of the limit for each areas. For example, if we consider expense, okay, for the they have introduced a new product. Let's take a scenario in this way. They have introduced a new product and they want to do advertisement expenses. So they might have a budget for advertisement. Like for example, they keep the budget as 10 lakh rupees for the advertisement of that product. Okay. So what the budget analyst people will do, they will analyze whether the entire process was done within the budget, like advertisement cost, how much cost did it make. If it is more, like if it is exceeding the budget, they will report that it is exceeding the budget and we shouldn't be doing this. And if it is very lower than the budget, and then they will think of like they will report to their higher ups saying that the budget is more and we don't need this much budget, we can use that amount in something else for the betterment of the organization. So it is just one area that I have explained in budget. So budget analyst work is more or less into this. The next one would be capital accountants. Capital accountants are the people who keep all the accounting tracks and everything for the capital assets of the organization. For example, there are n number of chairs, so they will have the count of those chairs, the count of assets. The computers are there. They will name and tag all the computer, and they will keep a track of those assets in the organization. And whenever an asset is like obsolete or it gets damaged or anything, they will do the accounting as per that. And they will also raise need of new capital assets. Like for example, there are 10 employees in a department, right? And they have 10 computers. All of a sudden, 2 of the computer has stopped working, and the entire working of that organization, of that department, was badly affected due to this. So the capital accountants, what they will do, they will they will put a request for 3 of the computers. So now you will be thinking, why not 2? Why 3? So they have now learned a lesson that when it is kept on the brim, like 10 people are there and 10 assets are there. So in this case, two of them got damaged, and they were facing more of issue. So they will next time plan of keeping one additional asset, so that in case of such emergencies, they can use it, right? Such kind of job is for capital accountants. Financial controllers. Financial controllers are very important people in an organization. Reason being, they will like have control over all the financial aspect of the organization. Like, am I audible? Someone please unmute and confirm.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was saying financial controllers, they are really important people because they make all the policies, all the financial policies, and they are the people who make the budgets. Budget analysts are the people who analyze if the budget is correct for the organization or not, whether the expenses and everything is everything is within that budget or not. That is what budget analysts do. But the financial controllers are the people who make budget. They are the people who approve the prepare and approve the budget, and they are the people who make all the financial policies for that organization. Like how much should that company invest, how much should that company pay for their employees, how much value should they put in equity, how much value should they put in debt. So this profile is really interesting if you are a person with very good what we can say, um, if you have a very futuristic mind, then this will be a very good profile for you, and it will be very interesting. And not necessarily you have to do the entries for being in accounting, right? You can definitely make policies, and you can be the ruler of the organization in that way. There is one more opportunity of being a cost accountant. So what the cost accountant does is they try to understand what is the costing of a particular, if they are into a particular product, they will try to understand how much cost is being put into that product, and what is the benefit that we are getting, and they will try and analyze ways to reduce the cost. Like you all must have been heard about cost cutting in an organization. You might have heard from somewhere, at least on TV or on some movies. You might have heard, as part of cost cutting, people are being removed from an organization, like that. So what they do is they try and keep optimum cost. Like the organization should not, if the organization is bearing many other miscellaneous expenses, then they will try and cut off all those expenses which are not needed. They will try and remove it. That is what the cost accountants do. And though those people, they do all this costing thing and they present it, and also they do the account. They can also be into bookkeeping, like the accounting entries and everything. So apart from these careers, you can also go for basic bookkeeping entries, and you can go into everybody knows, if you go to a chartered accountant's office for a few months, you will learn more than any big organization can teach you, because they have such amount of pressure and such amount of new things to learn, that you can if you have an open mind, you can learn many things. And if you join a correct CA firm, you will get to learn, like I was saying, the skills part, the computer skills part. You will get to learn the computer skills part. You will get to know about the basic accounting entries, and also you will get to know a bit of taxation, a bit of auditing. So in that way, you can always join a CA firm, or you can join a smaller organization and try to learn all the areas, and then put it like you can decide for yourself which area you want to excel. Then you can do some specialization course, or you can join an organization which is specifically for that niche area. uh, so anyone have any doubt with related to any of these specific courses, not courses, specific career opportunities, like anybody? Okay, I'll take that as a no. Next is career in auditing field. So in auditing field, like I mentioned earlier, the part that our mom does is the auditing part. So as an auditor, you can go for statutory auditing. Uh, these all requires qualification. For being a statutory auditor, you should be a CA. That is the requirement. Uh, for being forensic auditor, you should have additional qualification of the forensic auditor. There is CFE. Then for being a tax auditor, you should have a pretty much good idea about tax, and also you should be a chartered accountant. So these are for specific courses. And secondly, you can anytime join any, like I said, any CA firm or organization. And like if you join a CA firm under a person, and then you will be allocated some cases of statutory audit, so you can learn what statutory auditing is. You can understand the areas. See, statutory auditor, basically he checks the financial statements of the organization, and uh, try to like find out if it is true and correct. That is what the word is used, true and correct. And they they try to find if any of the generally accepted policies and procedures are not followed. They also try and find if the Indian accounting standards are followed or not. So that is what a statutory auditor does. And second would be an investigation. In certain organizations, there is an opening for investigation department. So what does this department do? So whenever any outside stakeholders complain about some fraud or some mishappening going on to the organization, those things are then given to the investigation department. These people, they go in detail about each and everything, and what all proofs and everything that complaint person has given, and they try to find out if the fraud or whatever they are saying is true or not. That is the investigation part. Compliance can be either organizational compliance or the stakeholders compliance. For example, like I have the example of exchange, as I have experience of working in exchanges. So in exchange, there are two
Excuse
departments.
me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, your voice is not audible. Can you just shift? Can you just keep your mic closer to your mouth?
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How much part did you all people miss? From where should I start again?
Ma'am, it wasn't more, last 3-4 lines.
Acha, okay. So up to investigation, you might have listened, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll start with compliance again. Yeah. So like compliance can be the organizational compliance, and also it can be the stakeholders compliance. So as I have the experience in like working in exchange, so I'll be taking example of exchange to explain you this. See, in exchanges they have two departments. One is the exchange compliance department, and second would be um, the member compliance. Members are the stock. Of the department. First, exchange compliance. They will be looking into the compliances that the regulator of the exchange has imposed on exchange. For example, the exchanges are required to conduct a few of training programs. Okay. So, what the exchange compliance people will check whether those compliances are met or not. Basically, there is one condition that the people working in exchange cannot trade unless and until they take permission. Like, so this compliance people, they check that too, whether the people have traded in the stocks without taking permission. So this would be one example. And in the other department, member compliance department, they will be looking into all the compliances that the in case of exchanges, so what are compliance we and the exchange has asked the members to follow, that is the stockbrokers to follow, whether those compliances are being met or not. That is what the member compliance department do. They also they're also into acquiring the stockbrokers as a member, or if any stockbroker want to leave the exchange, don't want to trade anymore, and they want to close down. So those part is also carried out. And next would be so that is about compliance job. Then a forensic auditor. Uh, so if you opt for this forensic auditing like career, then first of all you should try and do some certifications, and then try and join some small like mid-sized organizations who are into forensic auditing. So when does forensic auditing comes into picture, that I can say, like as an example, if an organization is not doing well, and that some fraud or some mishappenings are going on in that organization, and it comes out like not exactly saying there is a fraud, but there is like decent uh, what we can say proves that there can be some fraud or something is going on. Not necessarily forensic audit is for fraud. I'm just giving an example. And all the investors and everyone goes for a complaint, and the case is taken to court. And then the court, honorable court, they say that no, a forensic auditor should be appointed, and they should try and understand if anything is wrong with the organization. So they what their perspective would be, going more into detail, like the statutory going into detail, but they won't be going into that much detail as a forensic auditor. Forensic auditor has to like question of the employees of the organization. They can like statutory audit, the question level would be different. And in forensic auditing, auditors have to maintain a clear copy of the entire accounting, or the entire books is maintained. First thing that they do is make an exact copy of it and keep it, and then make another copy and work on those copies to find out what scannings have been done, what's the status, and again, they will also be checking compliances and everything. They will be more focused on certain areas where the fraud or any mishappening is being done. Others are saying, for example, if the court if the investors have complained that the organization, like the creditors have complained that the organization is not paying us back and they are not doing well, still they are just showing that they are having profits. So in this case, what the forensic auditor will do, he will go and check more of the income part, like all the bills, whether it is fake bills or it's actual bills, like that. So their perspective is completely different than other auditors. Then next would be a tax auditor. So what a tax auditor does is, you might have heard of a tax audit process. So what a tax auditor does is he checks all the areas that have been mentioned by the income tax department, and they will check, for example, certain sections of taxation act is there. So whether those are followed or not, whether the tax application is correct or not, whether all the we can say, all the deductions are taken properly or not, whether they are taking trying to show more income, or they are trying to get tax. Such kind of perspective is that there is internal. So what an internal auditor does is, internal auditor is internal auditor can be appointed from outside of organization. Internal auditor can be internal audit department is there in bigger organization. So it can be any of these both. So as an internal auditor, what that people will try and do is all the internal procedures. Like for example,
Excuse me, ma'am, your voice is
yes,
not audible. You're having network issue.
no, actually my network is doing fine. Am I audible right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
audible, right? Yeah, you can just tell me when I'm okay. So I can start from internal auditor part again, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, fine. So internal auditor can be a person appointed from outside organization, like the CA firm. A CA firm can be an internal auditor, or within the organization also. Many organizations have internal audit department. So the work that they will be doing will be like they will check all the internal procedures and what we can say, the turnaround time, everything is met or not. For example, if in an organization, in a department, there is a process, like, okay, we can take example of production. If in the organization there is a procedure that first an order comes in, then they have to make the pro forma invoice and send to the party, and then they will come with the final what we can say, a booking or something like that, and then they have to pay certain amount in like earlier itself, then only the production will get started. For example, something of this sort, a procedure is there. So what an internal auditor will do, he will check whether this exact procedure is carried out or not. And if, for example, the advance amount have to be taken, if it is not taken, they will try and understand why in this particular case the advance amount was not taken, right? So this is how the internal audit works. The next would be system auditor. This is again one of interesting profile, system auditor. And also seeing that courses, right? The ISACA course. In that there is one course, CISA. So CISA can be done by a non-CA too, and just become graduate, or any graduate, and like it will this system auditing thing is like in boom, because you all know that IT has been developed over past few years in uh, on an different level. So what this system auditor does, system auditor checks the authenticity of the system. Like now we are completely dependent on certain system, so we have to check whether that system is working properly or not, right? it can be like we feel that it won't be wrong, but there is a possibility that it can be wrong. So what the system auditors do, they check the authenticity of the system, whether the system is working properly or not, or whether the organization have tweaked something in the system, and if some other problems are there or not, like that. That is what the system auditor does. The next would be inspection. So inspection, basically, again, it is if we have to check all the compliances of the in my case, like I work in inspection. So here what we do is, as part of exchange, we are internal employees of the exchange. What we do is we go to the organization, we go to the members, and we check whether the compliances are met or not. See, what compliance department does, I also spoke about member compliance. So the member compliance, what they check whether all the things are there or not, whether they have provided all the compliance requirements or not, like that they will be checking. In inspection, we will be actually going through their books, we will be going into their system, and we will actually check whether what reported is corrected or is correct or not, whether they have made some wrong reporting to the organization. That's how inspection area works. So that would be it. If you people have any question, you can definitely ask. So, is there any question?
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Now the platform is open for the Q&A session. If any student wants to ask the question, the speaker, I request them to post the questions in the chat box of Zoom as well as YouTube. The same will be followed in the end of the session, and the feedback link will be shared in the same. So, ma'am, we have few questions. So first, I go up with my question, and my question goes like, what is the scope of ISACA in India, and how is it helpful in various sectors, and how is this course applicable in various sectors?
Okay. So, see, ISACA is the organization's name. So this is the organization's like the page. So if you go into like training, yeah. So they have like many courses available. Like for example, one I can say they have CISA one course. So CISA, you can like learn a number of things, like how the system works, what all tweaks and everything you can do to find whether the system is working properly or not. It is basically system audit. And in India, if you see the government organization, even CAG, if you know CAG, Controller and Auditor General, they have a vacancy for the system auditor, because whenever they go into an organization and they want to check the authenticity of the system, the person with a CISA degree is the one everyone approaches. If you go for banks, telecommunication industry, in exchanges also, in stockbrokers, in case of stockbrokers also, so they all have systems, right? So the one of the major course that they provide is of CISA, and if you do CISA, like you can do wonders, and not to like leave behind the fact that you will be earning a good amount. And opportunity in India is really good, because as I said, the IT industry is growing, and then we need more people for auditing of those systems. So that's how it works. Any other questions? Yeah, I hope I have answered you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, we have another question.
Yeah.
So this is from the chat box, and a friend of mine asked, "How is finance related to auditing?"
No, didn't hear you. Didn't hear you. Sorry.
A friend of mine is asking, "How is finance related to auditing?"
Finance related to auditing. Okay. Tricky. See, finance related to auditing. Finance includes all the areas. Like finance. In finance, there is accounting also. In finance, there is planning. Like we can say the planning of the financial assets that you have, that is also included in finance. And like investment decisions are there, that is also included in finance. So finance is actually, I would say, a vast sea or an ocean, right? So and auditing is different from finance, because in auditing you have to check everything, not only related to finance. Auditing is basically checking. The auditing is checking of finance also, and checking of the procedures also. Procedures are not right? Checking of procedures, now checking of systems also. That so system is not in finance. That would be majorly a difference. It is not similar actually. I don't know if I'm confused you people.
No, ma'am, that was quite clear. Moving on to the next question, a student is asking, "How do I get a job in auditing, and is it sustainable in the future?"
I couldn't hear.
Ma'am, a student asked, how do I get a job in auditing, and is it sustainable in the future?"
I heard only job in auditing and sustainable in future. So is it like whether if you get a job in
Ma'am, can you please check your network stability once?
that really? Network is fine, Mansi. Network is fine. How do I get a job in auditing, and is it sustainable? So for getting an job in auditing, hello, hello.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yeah. So if you want to get a job in auditing, you will have to like try and get some experience. That would be one. Like in small organizations or something, you can join and get experience in CA firms, I'm telling. And secondly, if you want to continue practicing as an auditor, then you will have to do the related professional degree. That is, you can do CA, or you can do a CWA course, or like I said, if you do this CISA course, you can be specialized in system audit like that. Or there is one more organization, in international organization of like Institute of Auditor. So if you go for that, then you can like have auditing as your job. And yes, it is sustainable as long as there are rules. There are like we need people to check whether the rules are met or not, right? So the auditing won't go away. Any suggestions for alternative to CA? CWA is an alternative, and this CISA is also an alternative. Like there is one more this professional course. See this one. They have this certification, certified internal auditor, certification in risk management assurance, like that. So if you do, for example, this certified internal auditor, then you don't need a CA CA degree, and you can still do auditing. Like you will be specialized in internal auditing, and as it is globally recognized, you will get good offers also.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. I think I messed up something.
No, ma'am.
Yeah.
So now I take up the vote of thanks. Good morning, everyone. I, Mansi Maheshwari, from BBA BCom department, on behalf of Dhanand Sagar College of Arts, Science and Commerce, takes immense pleasure in rendering vote of thanks. We are thankful to our chairman, Dr. D. Hemachandra Sagar, vice chairman, Dr. D. Premachandra Sagar, and secretary, Shri Gali Swami, for providing us the state-of-art facilities. I extend my heartfelt thanks to our beloved principal, Dr. Nagraj Shenoy, for motivating us to conduct webinars and other academic activities. Thank you, sir. I am thankful to our HODs, Professor Murgesha BN and Dr. Suplab Kanti Poddar, for their unconditional support. My special thanks goes to our guest lecturer, Abhirami Kadavil, for sharing her ideas and guidance in the field of career in auditing and accounting. Thank you, ma'am. It was really informative, as we got to know many techniques of inspection of various books of accounting by auditor about auditing process. We also got information regarding how accounting works with any business and reports generation by various streams of accounting. I should not forget to thank the beneficiaries of this program, that is my fellow mates. I now thank Professor Deepika, Professor Rashmi S. and Professor R. Pavitra, the facility conveyor of this program. We are thankful to Dharmendra Sir and Professor Mukesh Soni for eminent technical support. I would like to thank the student coordinators of Accounting Club, Accountaholics, Priya N. Rao and Zaid Raza, for extending their assistance to conduct this program. Last but not the least, I thank my fellow mates for making this webinar a great success. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Mansi.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mansi,
everybody.
for vote of thanks. Thank you, one and all who have joined today.
I request all the participants to switch on your cameras so we can get a screenshot. Thank you. I request all the participants to turn on your cameras. Oh, thank you, everyone. There is an announcement. The third hour classes will continue as per the schedule of today. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a good day.